college of the semaphore flag, of course, signaled the Allied forces. Winning of the war of the Allied forces and the signal day, October 18th, became one of the most significant days wherein
Baba! To!
the Philippine National Anthem.
Is from the municipality of TOLOSA. Mayor Siak, Vice Mayor Rodolfo de and SB members.
Next floor offering will be from the provincial officials headed by Vice Governor Manuel P. Toledo, Board Member Gina E. Menelo, and Board Member Rodolfo Abeliano.
Leopoldo Domenico Pinilla.
Tanghal! To! Baba! To!
Everybody to join us for the Walk for Peace from our Signal Day celebration site to the Telegrafo Elementary School Site 2 Gymnasium for our commemorative program.
Delegates of the 15th Provincial Scout Jamboree.
Because one of the reasons why we held the Boy Scout during this day is because Valeriano Abelio himself was a member of the Boy Scouts of America. Of course, we acknowledge our honorees. Welcome, everyone. We are your hosts this morning. My name is Ariel Piston.
And my name is Desiree Rivero Ibanez.
Good morning. Don't bomb the beaches. If possible, let me direct the shelling.
This was the message by Scout Valeriano Ibanez Abelio through semaphore flag.
This was the message that catapulted 3 brave souls to the annals of history.
Yes, and today we commemorate that brave moment as well as give recognition to these 3 honorees, 3 heroes we gave life and limb in order to save hundreds, maybe even thousands of lives, not only in Tolosa, but in the whole province of Leyte.
Yes, of course. In a time wherein they could have run away with fear, they choose to do the opposite. Not thinking about their own safety, but the many lives they will be able to save.
Yes, and so to formally welcome us all, let me call in the District Supervisor of DepEd Tolosa District. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dr. Lolita P. Ligaspi.
My respect to the visitors, of course, to the Governor of Leyte, Governor Leopoldo Domenico L. Petilia, her mother, the Mayor of Palo, Honorable Remedios Maten Petilia, Colonel Bonifacio G. D. Gracia, our own Superintendent of the Leyte Division, Dr. Ronelo Al. K. Fermo, represented by our Education Program Supervisor, at the same time, the Commissioner and Scout and Program in charge of the program, Sir Chris Daga, the Council Scout Executive Marvin M. Nisser. Sir, good morning. Our Vice Governor of Leyte, Carlo P. Loreto. Of course, our board members, Board Member Gina E. Merilo, Board Member Ranolfo J. Abellanosa, our own, very own Mayor, the young Mayor, Mayor Erwin C. Ocaña, the Vice Mayor, Rodolfo B. Ligaspi Jr., of course, the SB members, SB Member Honorable Manny Martinez, Honorable Leonardo M. Mati, Honorable Belen Tacoy, Honorable Rexinor Derecio, Honorable Pilar R. Bueno, Honorable Elizabeth East Aranzo, Honorable Virgilio Flores, ABC President Godofredo V. Cinco, the barangay chairman of Barangay Telegrafo, Honorable Alfredo Robilillo Jr., and his councilmen, and the tanods, the people of Telegrafo, the teachers, both elementary and secondary, the staff of the LCU, Engineer Iluminado Honia Jr., Mrs. Elizabeth A. Mercado, Mrs. Anisita T. Golong, Lieutenant Tagoba, General Staff Corps Philippine Army, Commanding Official, 18 The overall chairman of this celebration, the monitor, the director, of course, of this celebration, Mr. Danilo Larios. To the prestigious visitors, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. In behalf of the Department of Education, our warm welcome to the 72nd Signal Day 2016. This celebration commemorates the Boy Scout heroes of TOLOSA, namely Valeriano I. Abelio, Vicente Fiston and Antero Honia, Manotanting, my neighbor Kalubian. I am now talking in front of you. The Antidira ni Omega's Bakery. This significant activity is so fitting to instill the minds of our young scouters, Boy Scouts, that you too can also be heroes in their own little ways. This occasion cascades information from generation to generation. Our presence here today is a manifestation that we value most the importance of scouting, and also a way of thanking and remembering the 3 Boy Scout heroes. Their marvelous deeds save our great-grandparents. How they scouts lead not the U.S. forces to redirect the bomb from their shores, from their homes of our ancestors. I do not think any of us will be standing here today. My dear friends and visitors, this significant event likewise meant for a cause. The reunion of the government officials, the Department of Education, the Boy Scouts family, the esteemed veterans, and our prestigious visitors. This symbolizes our spirit of unity and cooperation. We are the sectors for change to make difference, and we are always one in fighting for freedom and democracy. Young Scouters, may you bring this history of TOLOSA, Boy Scout heroes, to your own schoolmates, to your classmates, in your respective municipalities, in your respective schools. May your 5 days stay here in TOLOSA, fruitful one. Share this theme. Share our theme for this celebration, the Leyte Gulf Landings, a world historic turn to peace and progress. May this day be another memorable milestone in your life's journey. Mabuhay! Once again, my sincerest welcome to the 72nd Signal Day 2016. Happy to see you again, Signal Day 2017. Good morning.
Thank you very much, Dr. Ligaspi. And here to welcome us also from the perspective of the Boy Scouts of the Philippines, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the BSP Leyte Council Scout Executive, Mr. Marvin Nisser.
Thank you very much. My warm greetings to all our honored guests here on stage, the veterans, my dear scouts, friends, good morning. It is our honor to join every one of you today in celebrating the 72nd commemoration program of the Signal Day. For the information of everyone, our celebration today is not only, we are not only celebrating here in TOLOSA, but all over the Philippines, we are celebrating the Signal Day because it is already in the calendar of the scouting activities of the Boy Scouts of the Philippines through the initiative and effort of our former mayor, a former governor of the province of Leyte, when she was a member of the National Executive Board of the Boy Scouts of the Philippines. She really put it into the calendar of events of the scouting activities, the celebration of our Signal Day. So thank you very much, Ma'am Makin. We take this opportunity to commend the people of TOLOSA who have taken the challenge to annually celebrate the bravery and heroism of Scout Abelio, Junia, and Tiston, who risked themselves to save many civilians of the province of Leyte. As this time, when the world is on a fast race for progress and development, we surely need to continue to train and encourage our young Boy Scouts, young men, to become diligent, hardworking, productive, trustworthy, skillful, patriotic, and innovative to help make our country move forward. The success of our province and country lies in each one of us. We salute the municipality of TOLOSA for its steadfast commitment to continuously commemorating the Signal Day and making public awareness of the great contribution of the Boy Scouts in the liberation of our country. Congratulations to each and every one of us. Thank you, and mabuhay ang Boy Scouts ng Leyte. Thank you very much.
And another words of welcome this time from the local government unit of TOLOSA. Please welcome the Vice Mayor of the Municipality of TOLOSA, Honorable Vice Mayor Rodolfo Billy Gaspe Jr.
Our beloved Governor, Pino Dominic Pitilla, aton mga aniya ng bagadi ko mabibit angaranan kay pagkadamo tingal lista. Sering panikinoy ito pag inupusa. Hindi na ito mamamati di mo space. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. In behalf of the local government unit of TOLOSA, headed by our mayor, our active mayor, Honorable Erwin Cinco Kanya, and members of the Sangguniang Bayan, I welcome you all to this 72nd Signal Day 2016. This Signal Day is celebrated every year here in TOLOSA to gratefully acknowledge, to remember the heroic deeds and sacrifices of three young men, Valeriano I. Abilio, Antero Junia, and Vicente Tiston. Manayuayong Abilio, as we know, wave a semaphore signals in the giant U split in order to redirect the ceiling away from the 1,000 Tolosanos and the enemy positions. My dear friends, this commemoration is also an advocacy of the young Boy Scouts. Indeed, these three scouts worth emulating. Hopefully, one of you here will also recognize because of exemplar heroic acts to the kapwa one of these days. Young Boy Scouts and Scouters, I hope that you have learned so much from this jamboree But more this, I hope that you have enjoyed your 5 days stay here in Tolosa. Labi na gulat kong sinmakahan Mount Inapusong, kaya dito kami ang ibabag ang induduas. Ini may kami istorya ini nga Mount Inapusong, kaya ini nga Mount Inapusong during han Typhoon Yolanda. Ini namo kini nag-save, baga kami ni kamanyayong abilyo. Amin nag-save han amon 1,000 nga mga Tolosanos. Nawaray kami maiguhan storm surge because of this one in Mount Inapusong. We are planning the Sangilang Bayan of Tolosa and our municipal mayor are planning this one to be nga mahiwining one of our tourist spot in the municipality of Tolosa. Kumusta at otro kamo mga Tolosanon? Once again, welcome. Thank you in joining us celebrating this significant occasion. Mabuhay!
Okay, thank you very much, Honorable Vice Mayor Legaspi. Today is the 72nd anniversary of the Signal Day celebration, and when we say anniversary, it means celebration.
From the Vice Governor of the Province of Leyte, Vice Governor Honorable Attorney Carlo Loreto.
Okay, please give a round of applause.
Good morning. Truly honored to be here, to be speaking before all of you, especially dapat atong mga VIPs, mga superstar na diya tubangan. I would like to name some of them. Pinangunahan ang aton number 1 na superstar yan na, si Governor Leopoldo Dominico Pitilla, pakpakan na. Adigihap si Colonel Bonifacio de Gracia, si Dr. Filmo, ano ba? Dr. Filmo. Adigihap anak maihan ang asangkay, Council Scout Executive, Secretary Marvin Lisero. Adigihap ni Board Member Ranulfo Abilinosa, napapatod din ni Abilio. Ang pinakamahusay na mayor kapagkos na kalibutan, no? My favorite auntie, Mayor Remedios Martin Pitilla. Anak ko na pa idol nga mayor din niya Tolosa, Mayor Erwin Ocanya. Susubad pero di nasusubad. Kasi kabilidad na mayor, no? Of course, si Vice Mayor Rodolfo Legaspi Jr. Ang atong mga konsehado, Honorable Manny Martinez, Honorable Menato Mate, Honorable Belen Tacoy, Honorable Rexino Derecio, Honorable Pilar Bueno, Honorable Elizabeth Terasio, Honorable Virgilio Flores, ang atong Vice President, Wilfredo Cinco, Dr. Lita Legaspi, and IC, ang atong Professor Special Proceedings na haulan, Criminal Procedure, no? Ang Nayami Justice. Good morning, sir. Atong natanan mo, pa'y nga aga. Today is significant. Napakianakan ko kanina kung ano taking istorya. He said, today is significant because today is about the Signal Day, no? When some Boy Scouts, boys actually, no? Who were not yet in their prime, in their adult age, pero who managed to make things happen by saving lives, saving the liberators, Filipinos and Americans and Australians who were traversing these waters to fight for us. Armado magulit ko. And as we remember them today, I would like to tell you a story as well of di ka nga ka-Australia ngayon, ano? And I had this friend who had a problem. May nahiyagin loan na tuna, pero iya naliwag yung baligyan, no? And nabali ng titulo, niya yung baligyan. So, nareklamo ang kreditor, no? And ginaaron balik ang tuna. So, sumiriya ako, Carlo, attorney naman. Ano man yung nga tuna, ibabalik ko ba? Nakangaro naman hapon. Nakangaro na hapon. And, pinpakianan ko na ako sa nasangkay, no? Who was working with the law firm na Malita. Saring nga, dapat ibalik. Saring ko, pero nakangara naman haya. Puro inalanan ang kreditor. Sir yan, kailangan ibalik, no? Because it's the right thing to do. It's the right thing to do. And today, as we commemorate, no, the Signal Day, and remember how our gallant soldiers, along with soldiers of other countries, fought for us, I think we should remember also what those Boy Scouts did, no? The right thing to do. No? Pwede nga mahadlok, lumalagan na ilabalay and protect themselves and their family. Pero they took the risk, no? Gingamit nga rin Singapore flag to do what was right. No? And siguro, yan na, damot na ito, atong kalimutan, ito atong nasod. And I think those words, we should remember, no? Because it's the right thing to do, we should do it. I would like to recall as well, itong symbol ng Boy Scouts, tutulo, no? Tutulo ito ka fingers, no? And sir, sir, hindi nga tutulo, means the duty to God, duty to self, and duty to others. Yung tulo mga fingers ng Boy Scout. And I think that's the training in Scouts na angay natin hinumduman liwat. Because it's the right thing to do. We should always remember our duty to God, our duty to ourselves, and our duty to others. No? By this, waray siguro imposible. And by this, we will also properly remember the sacrifice and the risk that those Boy Scouts will have available made for us all. Again, thank you so much. Good morning. Again, truly honored to be here before all of you.
Okay, thank you very much, Honorable Vice Governor Carlo P. Loreto.
Thank you, sir. Yes, so it has been more than 7 decades, right? So, moving on, to give us a solidarity message, may I call in, as they say, the most beautiful mayor in the world, not only in the Philippines, the Municipal Mayor of Leyte, and the Boy Scout of the Philippines Chairman Emeritus. Please welcome Honorable Remedios Martin Pitioya.
Thank you very much, Destiny and partner. And before anything else, I would like to greet all of you and thank you for coming, for making this day a very special day in your lives, because we are all here gathered together to celebrate one very special day 72 years ago when the Allied forces landed here in our seas, in our shores, and a favorite general stepped down from his boat and started the beginning of the end of World War II. So that was a very special day. Everything else followed, and we are now enjoying and reaping the fruits of that very special occasion. We have now peace in our communities. We have now ourselves living in peace with our neighbors, with other people in the other worlds of the universe, and making peace and freedom a way of life among ourselves. So today I greet especially the people who have been here working with us all throughout the years. The people who were there and who are still here and keep coming back to attend our celebrations. I am referring to the veterans who in their lives, even in their twilight time of their lives, are still here to be counted in our efforts towards peace and keeping that peace in our lives, in our communities. So today I greet all the veterans who are here, all the families of the veterans, and all the friends, relatives of the veterans, and most especially the distinguished members of the Veterans Federation of the Philippines who keep coming, attending, and joining us in this very important celebration. But more than just the veterans, we also welcome and we also thank you for joining us and for being always there for us to look up to, for us to run for help, for us to join and be part of our lives. I greet this morning Governor Leopoldo Dominico Pidilla, who had been always with us in the celebrations that we had then and now. I greet as well Colonel Bonifacio de Gracia of the Veterans Federation of the Philippines, our national president. And of course, all the others, Justice Manuel Pamaran, Chairman of BTV WW2, and all the others who are here. Most especially, the families of 3 young men who at that time made a difference in our efforts towards peace, in our efforts towards winning a war, and in our efforts towards keeping and making peace a way of life in our people. So I greet the families of the 3 young men who I said made a difference in our lives. To the family of the late Vicente Liston, to the families and relatives of the late Antero Cunha, and to the families of the late Scout Valeriano Abello. We cannot thank you enough for making this day possible, because 72 years ago, you did something very heroic and very meaningful to our people who were ravaged by war and who were putting their lives in danger at the time when we were undertaking all this, and the Allied forces coming into our soil to save us and to give us what we really wanted all our lives, which is freedom. So I greet as well members of the Boy Scouts of the Philippines, Leyte chapter. We have with us Marvin Michel, and we have with us Chris Naga, and all the other Boy Scouts who are here. Very significant holding of the Jamboree here in the grounds of Telegrafo Tolosa, where our 3 young men made their heroic efforts and participation in ending the tragic war. So today we are also here with our board members, our mayor, Erwin Ocaña, the vice mayor, and the municipal officials. I greet as well all the teachers, the students, the pupils, and the parents who are here, and the school officials. We have also with us the barangay officials and barangay captain and all the others, the Sons and Daughters Association, members of media who are helping us out in the dissemination of proper information to our people. And most especially, I greet this morning Danny Lirios. Danny Lirios, who is everywhere, where activities and programs like this are held over in the whole province of Leyte. He has been working with me when I was governor, working with Governor Secretary Ikot when he was governor, working now with Governor Dominic, and with me in the municipality of Palo. So we can never really celebrate anything without the efforts, the guidance, and the plans of a man who is committed to working with people, and that is Danny Williams. So today, to all our guests, to all those who are here joining us, I cannot say enough as to why we are always here every Signal Day, every year since 72 years ago. What I can say is that we shall continue to be here. We shall continue to celebrate, and we shall continue to put our hearts and our minds together to be able to come up with activities and live up to the dreams of those people who gave up their lives for us. So now we are enjoying everything that we see around, peace most especially. But we are also looking into what more we can do for our people, for our country, for our communities, and most especially to our families. So with that, I greet you all a very meaningful, a very special day today, and all the next 3 days until October 20. But we will not stop there. We will continue to put deliberation. The dreams of our people who died in our shores come true in our lives. And that, I think, is the best offering, the best thanksgiving that we can give to them. If we tell them, if we show them how well we are working and living with each other. So thank you very much for this event. Thank you very much for being here. And it's my great pleasure and joy to join you this morning in this very significant event in our country, in our lives. Thank you very much and good morning.
Okay, thank you very much, Honorable Mayor Remedios Martin Pitili. The people who were directly involved in the war are probably the best ones from whom we can gain wisdom from this horrid chapter of mankind. So to give us another solidarity message, please welcome the VFP National President, Colonel Bonifacio G. De Gracia.
A round of applause, please.
Honorable Governor of Leyte, Leopoldo Domenico Petilia, and his board members, Vice Governor of Leyte, Mayor of Palo, ang walang kakupas-kupas, tawag nilang mayor, magmula governor hanggang pagka-mayor. Marami pong salamat, Mrs. Petilia. And all others who are here in the stage, without mentioning all of them, I get a great pleasure to give them an honorable acknowledgement. Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. We are here also to acknowledge the veterans who are here. Kukunti na po ang mga World War II veterans. Karamihan po ay surviving spouses. Mga sons and daughters narito po. I honorably acknowledge also the members of the National Police who are here, including the commanding officer of the infantry of the Philippine Army, Lieutenant Colonel Taguban. 2 years ago, ladies and gentlemen, I was here, and I witnessed the existence of these days. But when I came here now, it's no longer there. But remember that the families of the three heroes, Boy Scouts, are still in the making. Thank you, families. Thank you, descendants. And we owe our acknowledgement to them. As I deliver a solidarity to all of us here, says, alone we can do so little, but together we can do so much. There were the words of Helen Keller, a blind, deaf, and a mute author. I believe her words about solidarity, and that time are still applicable in these days. My friends, all veterans of the World War II, when you say post-veterans, those who are retirees, who participated in military campaign in the nation, and also the local government officials here today, I would like to begin with a thought. What is solidarity? As for us here today, we are honored to witness two events. One is the annual Regional Assembly of the Veterans Federation of the Philippines here, Region 8. And second is the 72nd anniversary of Leyte Gulf landing. 72 years ago, all the 7,101 islands of this nation were in captivity. At that time, the enemy of the nation was Imperial Japanese Army. And the liberation of Leyte was aided by the Allied forces composed of US, Britain, France, USSR, Australia, Belgium, Brazil, Canada, and China, and so on. Because of unity, we were able to set free our people. Years after the war, the relationship between the Philippines and Japan has flourished. Japan became one of the first major investors of this country, post-war. In the year 1980s and up to the present, the biggest automotive manufacturer in the Philippines is Japan. According to the most recent data of Global Index, Japan the biggest donor of foreign aid to our country and ranked #1 in terms of international relations. Together, our two nations have accomplished greater things for the sake of our citizens. There were 22 guerrilla leaders from 22 of the biggest guerrilla troop forces. They have decided to join hands because first of all, war was over. And second, they wanted to make sure that if another war broke out, they would be more equipped, more powerful, and more cohesive than before. And they were thinking of the future of the Philippines. And they believed that having a solidified team, one team that can make a bigger difference, with lesser casualties and clearing victory to minimize the damages that war could make. And now, we have the Veterans Federation of the Philippines. This is the legacy that the veterans of the past have left us. Let us grow stronger and stronger by helping each other. You, the veterans of today, I call upon all veterans to be more steadfast. Let us all be committed to our federation. Let us keep promoting peace with all nations, particularly our neighboring countries. Thus, the biggest fruit of solidarity is this the longevity and stability of our federation. Rest on the shoulder of each and every one of us when we stay true to our Constitution and bylaws, when we continue to act with patriotism and valor for the sake of veteranalism, and this country will be modeled to the next generation of veterans. Let us be those things. Our service to one another never really ends. Thank you very much, and God bless us all. Long live all the veterans, and long live the Veteran Federation. Maraming salamat.
Thank you very much, Colonel De Gracia.
Now, to give us another solidarity message this morning, in behalf of the Schools Division Superintendent, Dr. Ronelo Alque Fermo, may I call in the Education Program Supervisor for MAPE and one of the most inspiring EPS of the Division of Leyte. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dr. Crisanto Daga.
Thank you, Sir Ariel. History accounts bring us back to the times of our heroes, where bravery and determination opened the gates to freedom, peace, and progress. My morning greetings to the Honorable Governor, at the same time, the Council Chair of the Boy Scouts of the Philippines, Leyte Council, Domenico Petilla. Our Superintendent regrets that he could not come because he is now attending an emergency meeting with our new Regional Director of the DepEd Region 8 with the COA BIR regarding taxation. So, I am sent to read the message of Dr. Fermo, our Schools Division Superintendent. Don't ban the beaches. There are civilians. If possible, let me direct the shielding. This was the message sent to the US Force through semaphore flag signaling by the 3 scouts who were on the shores of Barangay Telegrafo, TOLOSA, Leyte on October 18, 1944. One of my best memory collections gained from the readings. We Leyteños are truly blessed for having them, Scout Valeriano Ayabilio, Antero Enjonia Sr., and Vicente R. Tiston in our community, whose wisdom and lives were dedicated to save thousands of people. Young scouts who were indeed true to themselves and to their fellow men. As we commemorate the 72nd Signal Day, may we revisit the event more intently, looking not just on the surface, but on the impact on people's lives year after year. How it dramatically brought changes in us and consequently in our respective communities. To our youths of today, this special event is a living source of inspiration through the quest of better society. Make your lives worthy to our children to emulate. Likewise, we adults be reminded and taking heed with the challenge of eliminating and the hindering blocks in attaining peace, order, and progress. We are called to direct the ways of our young people, helping them reach their destinations like our scouts. Our scout heroes, as a people, may we focus our greater efforts on best agenda of freeing our souls and communities from tyranny and all sorts. Each one has its own role to take. Each one is being called for. Like anyone else, I am proud of being a Tolosanon, for ours is a heaven of heroes. May we never be forgotten with the passing of time. May we never forget these heroes, their good deeds. To every mind, heart, and hand who patiently and excellently planned for this momentous annual celebration, our deepest appreciation. Altogether, we can make a richer culture and a richer history to our community. And we also acknowledge our honorees, especially the veterans, the sons and daughters, and relatives of the veterans. Finally, we congratulate you all. Congratulations, and God bless us all.
Very much, Dr. Dagat, and another solidarity message from Justice Manuel Pamaran, Board of Trustees for Veterans of World War II.
Magandang umaga po sa Leyteñan na lalong pinaganda ng mga nagagandahang Leyte. Ako po ay may dalawang talumpati, isang mahaba at isang maikli. Ang mahaba ay parang babaeng nakabalot saya, lahat ng importante natatakpan. Pero ang isa maikli, napakaikli, importanteng bagay lamang ang natatakpan. Sapagkat medyo tanghali na at medyo kumakaway na ang ating tiyan, ay isa lamang maikling talumpati ang sasabihin ko sa iyo. At ito ay talumpati nito ang siyang nagtulak para sa kabayanihan ng mga tiga-Leyteño at mga Pilipino. Ang sabi nga, huwag mong isipin kung ano ang may bibigay ng bayan sa iyo. Ang isipin mo ay kung ano ang may bibigay mo sa bayan. Yan po lamang ang aking salita, sapagkat sa maikling pananalita ngayon ay sakop ng lahat ang aking sasabihin. Salamat po at magandang tanghali.
Salamat po, Justice.
At nabuhay po ang aking dugo. Hindi na ako napito.
Siyempre. Republic of the Philippines, Province of Leyte, Municipality of TOLOSA. Flag of recognition is conveyed to in grateful recognition and deep appreciation for his invaluable support as guest during the 72nd Signal Day celebration, a world his turn to peace and progress, held on October 18, 2016 at Telegrafo Elementary School, Barangay Telegrafo, TOLOSA, Leyte, given this 18th day of October in the year of our Lord 2016 at Barangay Telegrafo, TOLOSA, Leyte. Signed, Erwin Cinco Ocaña. This flag of recognition is conveyed to Honorable Ranolfo Abel Llanosa. Plaque of recognition to Dr. Ronelo K. Fermo, represented by the Education Program Supervisor for Music, Arts, PE, and Health, Dr.
Also, a plaque of recognition conveyed to Colonel Bonifacio G. De Gracia, the Veterans Federation of the Philippines National President.
Plaque of recognition conveyed to Honorable Carlo P. Loreto, Vice Governor, Province of Leyte.
Of course, a plaque of recognition is conveyed to Honorable Mayor Remedios Martin L. Pitilla, the Boy Scout of the Philippines Chairman Emeritus. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mayor, Vice Mayor, and the SB members.
And to formally introduce our commemorative speaker, may I call in the young, dashing debonair with a good heart, man with principles and a man of true action, the Honorable Erwin C. Ocanya.
Introduction to the guest speaker, mga 3 pages. But the governor told me that make it ko na shortest introduction ng guest speaker. Sarin ko, hala ba? Sarin nga lang, 8 point na lang. Sarin ko, go 8 point ko good to that introduction of the guest speaker. Nagkukulang pa kami ng financial. Although he approved already an amount of 150,000 for these activities. Serenco, go, that was only the signal, 72nd signal day celebration. How about the 15th provincial jamboree for this activity? Serenia, yan na nakulugin. So pamati kita, ha? At ato na ako ng introduction. Although, in-prepare ko that 3 pages, pero make it ko na shortest way. But anyway, our visitors, guests, friends, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce you our guest speaker for these activities, our very own, the young, dynamic, very generous, Governor of the Province of Leyte, Honorable Domenico Mick Pitilla.
Thank you. Maraming salamat. Of course, anak ko, makalit ko dito ni Mayor. The Mayor of TOLOSA is also like a veteran. Kita daw kay 3rd term na, veterano na ko. Veterano na mga ro. Veterano mga ro para han TOLOSA, ito pa yung TOLOSA, diba? Mayor Erwin Ocanya, naupo na natin mga Sangguniang Bayan members at Vice Mayor Adi Haluyo. Siyempre, anak katalahuran ang simpaman, ang aton pinakamahusay na mayor. Nasa rin hiba pa Bendianosa nga pinakamahusay na mayor habukos na kalibutan. I disagree. Kaya akon pinakamahusay na mayor habukos na universe. Ang Mayor Pili Hapano, Mayor Martin Pitilla. Takpan ka nato ng Mayor Palo. Ngan siyempre, pinakadako ng Vice Governor Carlo Loreto, Board Member Papa Villanosa, no, siyempre ang aton mga dignitaries, no, Colonel Bonifacio de Gracia, no, ang aton National President of the BFP, Veteran William Esplana, the Vice President for Operations of the BFP, Justice Manuel Pamaran, Nagmata ka mo kanina, no? Nagising kayo kanina sa ating sa speech justice. Veteran Avelino Mosot, the VFP Region 8 President. The American Legion Auxiliary, no, headed by Ms. Carmenchita Mebani, ang President. LPC Alan Jose Taguba, no, of the Army. Mr. Marvin Nasser, Boy Scout. Dr. Lolita Legaspi, atong District Supervisor of DepEd Tolosa. Honorable Alfredo Rubidillo Jr. and his barangay officials. ABC President Godofredo Cinco. Family of Vicente Tiston. The family of late Antero Junia. The family of late Scout Valeriano Abelio, and aton mga veterans who are here today, nagtitika iban na, no? And Sons and Daughters Association Incorporated, Boy Scout of the Philippines, the local government unit of Tolosa, and aton mga teachers and students, the Philippine Army, and iba pa ng mga national government agencies, ang atong mga civil society, guests and visitors, maupay na utto na, marami naman yung utto. No? Pamati ko last na akong mayakan. But anyway, the return of General MacArthur in Leyte was the turning point of the Philippine Liberation Campaign during the Second World War. Primarily because it marked the first decisive win of the combined Allied forces against their Japanese counterparts. And secondly, it gave hope to the millions of Filipino people and the thousands of prisoners of war as they await their freedom in the hands of the Army of Japan. Today, we hold this event of Signal Day here in Tolosa, Leyte, in recognition of the patriotic Filipino guerrillas who proved that the people can successfully wage armed resistance against a foreign invader. We should always put in our hearts the memory of that fateful day of our country's liberation from its oppressors, and paying homage to the bravery of every man and woman, young and old alike, who have fought for their lives, their families, and their homeland. Our country has been a sanctuary of heroes. I am very pleased to be able to pay tribute again to the heroes who have worked, battled, and fought hard to enjoy the freedom we have these days. I am happy to again see this marker of local heroes who, in their own way, paid service to the country as scouts and became inspiration to the people beyond the shores of Leyte Gulf. Their heroism has affirmed our belief in democracy, inequality among men, and enabling every person to achieve his full potential in enjoying an economic life that's full and vibrant, and a supportive government who only have the best interest of the people at heart. These were very powerful principles, stronger than that of the forces that brought all these modern adversaries in our midst. 72 years ago, the bravery of one man, kaupod niya ang iyang mga assistant hanto, ang pagpugsay, saved the town from destructive bombing and at the same time softened the Japanese position. That act earned Scout Abelio a monument at the seaside. But more than a monument to remind us in these modern times, let us be reminded to push the frontiers of the fight for adversity beyond its present confines. Let us go to the barrios and the settlements in the hinterlands and make our advocacies towards peace, progress, and development be heard. Just like Way Scout Abelio bravely paddled to shore to warn the American amidst artillery shelling, let us be brave too in helping our communities, especially the less fortunate ones. Abelio, Vicente Tiston, and Cunha, and the rest of the scouts' bravery has, in one way or another, have been passed on to us in the recent generation. Our resilience and courage is very evident amidst the countless adversities, including Yolanda, political repercussions, and national issues that has rocked the country for countless times. We have shown that peace between adversaries can be achieved and that reconciliation is possible. May this commemoration of the Signal Day be significant to us as the people and as a community, as well as a fitting time to pay tribute to our heroes who fought for our freedom and for generations to come. Lastly, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to remind everybody, all of us, no, especially the people of Leyte, no, today, the start of the Signal Day, together with the other commemorations that is going to be held, no, on the occasion of the Leyte Landings anniversary. Let everybody be reminded that we as a people is indeed blessed. We are very blessed. No? We are very blessed to have forefathers, no, to have brave and gallant lolos and lolas, mga kaapoy-apoyan naton, no, who loved their country so much, who suffered and who laid their lives para sa aton. No? That's why it makes us blessed. And syempre, no, to thank them, we have also to continue what they have started, what they have fought for. No? To continue to fight for freedom, to continue to fight, especially nowadays, even aton, we have different problems now. We continue to fight for freedom, for example, from poverty, for freedom from crime, no? Freedom from drugs, which our own President Duterte has been fighting for, no? Para sa aton. No? So, if we can all, let us all continue to cherish that freedom so that we will continue to fight what our forefathers has fought before and has given us. So iyong nga tanan, again, mabuhay ang aton mga veterans, our guests. Mabuhay kayo. Maraming salamat for what you have done for our country. No? Ang aton mga organizer and all the people who are here today, mabuhay ka mo. Damo nga salamat ating katanan.
Thank you very much, Honorable Governor Leopoldo Dominico L. Pitilla.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
And to award the plaque of recognition to the good governor of the province of Leyte.
Conveyed to Leopoldo Dominico L. Pitilla, Governor, Province of Leyte, for his invaluable support and assistance extended to the local government unit of TOLOSA, and as commemorative speaker during the 72nd Signal Day celebration. A world is turned to peace and progress, held on October 18, 2016 at Telegrafo Elementary School, Barangay Telegrafo, Tolosa, Leyte, given this 18th day of October in the year of our Lord 2016 at Barangay Telegrafo, Tolosa, Leyte. Signed, Erwin C. Ocanya, Municipal Mayor.
Thank you very much to the the ever supportive Governor of the Province of